Welcome to We Should Probably Edit This.
But we won't. This is about our life's messy journey. It's unscripted, talks about growth, real laughs.
Sometimes real laughs, sometimes just the chaos, and we think there's a little bit of comedy here.
Yeah, everything.
It's about our 37 years of marriage and our experience. I'm Matthew Greger.
And I'm Nancy Greger. And we're your host of We Should Probably Edit This.
But we won't.
There you go.
And we probably should have edited that. So, here's our next episode.
Yes.
Oh, and goodness. We still can't get this right. We're trying to get it there, but it's
I bet you it's just perfectly fine. It's better than a lot of other people. Or it doesn't really matter.
I would like
if I wanted a professional production, I would hire people and I would be going somewhere.
I would like to be in one location that we know how to set it up every time, instead of spending 30, 40 minutes just trying to get ourselves set up.
That just should give you the framework about how this whole entire podcast even came to be, right? Life's messy journey. Here you go.
What? I'm usually the biggest mess.
You just have such standards that people have a really hard time, and just be like, just do it.
Yes, you're ready just to walk away.
I'm ready to say, okay, that was it. You got what you got. Make something happen.
Well, I'm trying to make something happen, but I want things set up a certain way, and I guess that really leads into some of the frustrations that we have as a couple, because we're at different ends of the spectrum, the different ends of the...
Are you special? Because that's what
I am special, that's for sure. No, but I mean of our strengths, right? Because we took the strengths test a few months ago, and it really just showed you that my learning and achieving is way up here, and for you it's way down here, and we went through this yesterday with me trying to figure out what are we doing.
It's mind-boggling to how many times we have to go over this and over this. It's like you're beating that horse and it's already dead, as the saying goes. But I try my best to humor you until I can't do it any longer, and then I'm just like, I'm just going to leave because it's better for me just to walk away. But, I mean, we got through the calendar for all intents and purposes.
Okay, so
it's your calendar. It's not mine. It's your calendar.
Yeah, but it's things that we're trying to...
projects.
But it's things we're trying to do together. Some of it is.
Some of it is. And the things that we are doing together, I don't know how many times we have to discuss what that's about. It seems like you need to know every single time, every single week, every single step.
I just want to plan certain things out, and I think that's the key, right? Because I want to have that list. I want to plan it out. I want to know that this is what I'm working on, and you're okay just where it is.
No, I'm okay saying, you know what? Maybe we had something planned to do, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. The weather is not great or something else came up, and we can move or deflect. You, on the other hand, because you've planned something out weeks in advance, if God forbid it doesn't occur, it's the end.
Well, but I'm not planning that far out right now. The only thing that I'm trying to plan is the projects that I'm working on. No. And that's the key, is the projects.
Right. And what did I say to you yesterday? Pick one. Pick one.
Well, I had 5. Okay, but
one.
I narrowed it down to 3. Well, actually, I combined 3 of them into 1. So it's part of the 1.
1. If you start to do too many things, you end up not doing anything well. Finish 1. Master 1. Then anything else that you tackle on is just the next project that you want to go on. But you got to get that first project to either a completion, or it is automatically in rhythm. It doesn't require you to baby it to death.
See, 2 of the projects were, one was actually your project, and then one is this project that we have right here, which is our podcast. And I didn't feel like we were making progress, and I also felt like I had too much of the responsibility to work on them. Like, you show up. This is your part of the podcast.
This is my
You
contribution
you
to it.
you record for 30 minutes and you're done.
I'm done.
And it's the post production that has to get out there. It's the posts that have to go out there. It's
And if it's too much because you have other projects that have more precedent and are more interested for you, then focus on that.
right.
That's it.
Well, that's part of the reason why we haven't recorded in a couple weeks.
Mainly because you
Mm,
were doing something else, and it's fun to do. When this starts to become
a
a
job.
hassle and it becomes move the light here, move the light there. I don't want the TV here. I see dots. I see shadows. I see faces. Move in, move back. Talk to the mic. Don't talk to the mic. I start to realize this just isn't fun. And I could take my phone and record on my phone, and that'd be it. That'd be it. But you're making it
I'm making it into
production,
a production, and
more of a
that's
production.
the whole point of
So
this.
hence
Is not
why I
supposed to
say
be a production.
set it up and I'll show up just to do the show itself, and then I'm gone. And I'm okay with that. You're the one who's not okay with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, anyways, from that conversation, we took out that you actually did make progress on your clutters to cash project that you're working on.
I got further along with it, that's for sure.
You got all the
But
pieces
you helped me out with some of the more technical things, because what did we learn? What did we know from our Strength Finder test?
that you don't want to learn how to do it.
Correct. Because my learning isn't even close to the top 10.
Yeah.
It's all the way
I'm
down
number
the
1 and you're down at 32.
So if it's going to take a lot of time for me to learn a technique or
if
anything
it's
that
too
has
much,
to
if
do
it
with
takes
the
too much
internet.
effort from you to figure it out, if you have to ask Claude more than 3 questions,
No, I don't mind asking Claude the questions, but sometimes he gives you these steps that you have to do, and then you get there and then you're like, okay, but it didn't do what you wanted to do. So then you got to go back and you got to ask Claude again and you got to
or it's too many
redefine it.
steps and you just go, oh,
It's just too much. I mean, the objective of AI is that it eventually should make your life a little easier, right? It should
or
automate a certain things,
it gives you more
or
ideas.
it can overwhelm you and
Correct. Correct.
overflood your brain. So if you just think of the simplistic little things that you want to be able to accomplish and not make this out to be this, you know, ginormous project, then you're more likely to say, okay, I got this far. I made this attempt. I made this type of headway on the project. And then it's okay. Once again, what are you doing? Oh, I'm playing with something
Yeah,
else.
just making sure the noise canceling was set right.
There's no
I
outside
know.
noise.
I know I can't.
Okay, in your head, there's noises. All right, I understand.
So, but you made progress. You got
Mhm,
parts of your project loaded into Claude to give you
mhm.
some ideas on how
Yep.
you're going to market it, how are you going to
No,
actually
no,
build an app.
no. We
Well, you haven't
haven't
started
touched
that. Okay,
marketing.
we just talked
We
about building the app.
simply put the information in there. That's it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We ask some preliminary questions on how we should approach this based upon what I'm looking for. But that's it. Let's
Okay. Well,
let's not make
you
it.
got an idea for building an app. It gave you some different options.
It gave me an option because I only wanted one thing, to do one thing. And what did I say yesterday? It has to be a self-running machine. Look at it when I need to, but it's got to be self-sufficient. It's got to be doing its own thing. Otherwise, it'll take up too much time. I'll have to remember to do certain things and it can become overwhelming. And I don't want
Then it's
overwhelming.
then it's no longer
Fun.
fun. And
Why
did I
did I
do
even
this?
do this?
Yeah.
Why did I go down this path?
Yeah.
For what? What was the point? But there you go.
So
But you updated your calendar too, because what did I say? We've already finished the first half of this year. Let's get the second half
yeah,
going.
almost did. We got one more month.
We got one
I
more
left
month.
that month up there, but I
Mhm.
did start July through November.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. And what was the other thing we did yesterday? That was pretty much fun. Somebody gave us a tool to use to figure out where we wanna retire to,
right.
and I don't remember what it was
It's
called.
basically called astrocartography.
So you
Um,
have to put the date of your birth
yeah,
and the time
your exact date of birth, the
and
exact time of birth, when where you were born,
where we were
and
born.
then basically what you're looking for. What the different things are that you want.
That you're
Um,
thinking of when
well, I
you
mean, what's
are
your
going
lifestyle?
to.
What do you want? Do you want to be in a town? Do you want to be in the
Right. So
country?
you filled out all these questions and we combined them both so that it would give us an idea of what
Yeah,
would
now we
work
could
for
do this.
him.
We could do this individually, but
Yeah.
wherever we end up retiring to, or where we want to go, whether it's full time or part time, we're going to do it together.
Together. So
So I
you
mean,
might as well combine
to
your
yeah
ideas.
combine our thoughts. So I mean, that's where AI can really help you, and it really pinpointed basically based on what we're looking for,
And
and
give us some ideas.
where it is. Yep, it gave
Both
us
in the United States and out of the United
right.
States. Where do we want where based upon our lifestyle and based upon what we're looking for, what would be some places we could go look at? Because really that's what you wanna
I mean, we're
focus
at that
on.
stage in our life right now that we're exploring. We're not ready to retire yet, but we want to start thinking about where we're going
We
to
can't
retire
retire
to.
yet. Let's it's
Okay.
not that we don't want to, it's that we can.
So that
Rephrase
well
that.
there you go right there. You may want to, I don't. Um
Retirement for me is based on no longer having to be responsible to an employer to show up for work. It doesn't mean I'm retiring to sit down and watch TV all day long. Okay. So let's be clear. You want to continue working for your current employer?
no.
So when I say I'm going to retire, that is what I mean by retirement.
Yeah, okay. I mean, agree. I mean, I don't want to quit my job tomorrow, but I need to prepare for
Yeah.
when I want to leave.
You can't quit your job tomorrow.
I
We have
could,
certain basic things we
but we
still
would
need to
if I
accomplish.
did, we wouldn't be able to reach some of the goals that we want to make before we do. We could both retire tomorrow. We would have to change how we live.
Well, we'd be poor.
Right.
Nobody wants that.
We would have a different lifestyle. I wouldn't say we'd be poor, but we would have a different lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't know what you define. I don't know
Correct.
what your
Well,
definition of that lifestyle is
that
gonna
all
be.
has to go with how we defined what our requirements were, where we want to
What did I
be.
say was my definition of what I considered to be?
Or you want luxury and bougie. That pretty much describes this right here. I mean,
Luxury and bougie.
there's some practicality there, but when it comes to like where we want to stay, how we want our house, where we want to live, we want okay. I wouldn't say it's like full on bougie. Um, I mean,
It's luxurious.
you want something much more than Motel 6.
Oh, that's not even in the realm of my brain.
I know.
That would be I'm poor, and I would be a very angry poor person. I think I couldn't handle that for too long. I wouldn't
Yep.
handle that for too long. That would not be what I would have signed up for in the long
Well,
run. That wouldn't
I
be
think
it.
it's we've experienced some nice things, and you learn to appreciate those things. At the same time,
We've been very fortunate because some people have had work to get one house. We've had 3. So, we've by virtue of who we are and how long we've been married, we've done far more things than many, many married couples.
right,
And when and you think about it, having had 3 homes and worked at those homes and achieved those homes, and each home got progressively better and better, that just goes to show the type of people we
Right,
are.
because
So
we worked for what we wanted.
we
And whether
strive.
whether it was our jobs that provided the income, or it was the
Something
labor,
else
that we put into
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 fixing, into
right.
repairs, because we would do
But
it ourselves for many times.
we've seen enough that you understand craftsmanship, from molding to
Just
fixtures
fixtures, whatever. You
to
understand how things go, and, like, when we sold the last house and the realtor came in and he looked and he saw all the finishes that we had put into the kitchen, into the bathroom, the master bathroom, it was, like, really high end. And what was my response to him? I put it in because that's what I wanted,
right,
not because
because
I was selling.
right,
It's
right,
what I wanted. So, it's kind of like you reached a certain level that you said, "This is what I want. This is what I deserve. This is what I'm it's gonna make me happy and it's gonna make me comfortable. So, I'm gonna push myself to make sure that I can get it done."
right.
And we did.
So now we're at the stage of we're exploring um, potential places of where we want to be in
Yeah.
the next,
So, it'll be
seven to
good
eight
because we were
years.
planning ironically enough, we were planning on a trip to Europe in September, like September, October, in that area.
Right.
And he said, it goes, "All right, so where would you go?" And I was like, "Well, I'd like to go to Portugal. Let's try Portugal
Well, we
first."
talked to a
But
couple
we
people
talked Portugal,
that it
Spain,
said
and
that would be a
Italy,
the Portuguese people are just really great people, and it's a place that we should go.
and try and
We've
see if it'll
yeah,
work for us. But when we did the assessment,
yeah,
the top 3 came out: Portugal, Spain,
Spain, Italy,
Italy.
and
Um,
then it was South Carolina
w
and Florida.
was it
Yeah,
South Carol
Charleston,
Charleston, South Carolina?
yeah, and Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida. So we said, "Hmm, okay. So let's
So
make it a mission."
we have our next 5 trips. Destinations. We don't have anything planned yet, but we have the
Yeah.
destinations.
We have destinations
But
already in
I
place
think
to
we are
try.
gonna go to Portugal in September.
Yeah,
That's we wanted to travel outside the US this year anyways.
right,
And so
and
now
that would be our
we
first.
actually have the city in mind.
Yep.
And an itinerary pre-planned. We have to
Yeah.
look it over and
Now,
see what it's like.
funny thing is that people who've known us for a long time, friends that know us for a long time, I don't know about too many family members, but friends that have known us for a long time will probably turn around and say, "That's just like you, Gregors." You just don't throw something into the wind and see where it takes you. You have to have some sense of reason behind it. Um,
Oh, so some of my planning and thinking actually means something then.
well, in this particular instance, we didn't we take those types of little tests for 2 things. Number 1, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because then you either learn, "Oh, wow, it's really on point as to what it says about us," or, "I don't know where that was coming from. I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know how that even came about." Um, but it gives you some fun facts, right? If it's done correctly, it's not
I mean,
it'll highlight things that you should already
we're in
know.
an exploratory phase right now.
Right, so you just
So
wanna
we
explore
want
all
to
your options
right. And we
and
can't
use tools to help you explore.
correct to give you the ideas on where would you want to be,
Yeah,
because as much as I'd want to be on the West Coast, you don't want to be on the West Coast,
no.
and
It's gonna be a big earthquake and it's gonna float out to an
okay.
island.
So so but we both love the ocean,
We both
you
love
know.
the
And
ocean,
that's
we
the one
both
thing
love
about where
that.
we live right now. I mean, I so far really like it. I like to just go sit out there and just watch the birds and the boats, and
I like
keep
it,
looking for the
but
fish.
to me, it's still very seasonal
Yeah.
and have been
But
moved in here
so
for
far
Christmas or right after
it
Christmas
was
in
in
the
February.
February. I mean, the winter of winters we had. I can honestly tell you that I'm gonna sit back and say, you know what it would have been nice is if we had that wood burning fire."
Yeah. Even today. It's like 50. I mean, I know it's not that cold,
I
but it's
think
still it's wet and damp and it's
every
burning.
house we've had a fireplace. Every house we've had, all 3 houses had fireplace, and the
Yeah.
last house had 2. But that is an important element.
Well, we learned that we also don't want just an open fireplace. It needs to be
Right, it needs to
a
have an
stove,
insert into
right,
it,
or
but
insert.
the last house, we experimented with the insert that was wood burning.
We have wood burning and gas.
Yeah, but the wood burning still gave you because you would have thought that the window would have been too small, you don't get that
I mean,
full effect
we had
of
the
a fire.
but we had the stove in the other house that heated the whole downstairs and was you had to wear shorts.
I don't know, for some you didn't, sure. I don't know, for some reason, the one we just had seemed
Well, it was very cozy in our family room.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's where we spent most of our time.
But, I mean, to me, that's
Kitchen,
what's
family
missing
room.
here in this apartment. It's not necessarily the view, it still needs a little bit more coziness to it, and there's something about having a wood-burning fireplace that really
Yeah, that won't
helps.
happen here. We could
Yeah.
maybe get an electric one that fits under the TV.
That looks like it's
Give us
has
the
a picture
yeah, it gives us a feeling
of wood,
of wood
of
burning.
crackling wood
But,
burning,
but
but yeah. But so, those are the kind of things that we've learned are important to us. Like, I would probably say that I would be okay with a small master bedroom as long as I had a massive kitchen. Like, massive kitchen. I could be I could be happy in that. And, some people need a very large master suite.
but
I'd be okay with a great master
I'm
suite
not
and a
sure
bathroom, but
I'm not sure about that large kitchen.
I want the large kitchen. I had to
I
give
mean,
up so much of my
if
goodies.
we end up being in a walking community, are you going to want to cook?
On occasion, because we've learned living here that you can go out to eat very often, but it's not necessarily ideal.
Right.
So, it's not a matter of not having the options to go out and eat. It's more like, mm,
Do you want to do that all the time?
yeah, do you wanna do that all the time? And it
And
and
this body is a result of doing that too many times. And that's one of the other struggles that we work with, or I'm working through right now, anyways. Is just trying to figure out myself at this stage in life when things don't function the way they used to.
gosh darn it, they don't
And
function? Who would
no,
have thought?
and the small changes you make, you think you would make changes, and they're
They
not.
would have epic changes?
Well, I don't care about epic changes, but I'd like to see them change and go in the other direction, and not
I told
continue
you
on
already, you're building muscle.
on muscles heavier than fat, right?
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't seem to be that way, but so that's the journey that I'm personally on right now is really trying to understand my own body and and what it needs and doesn't need,
Mm.
and we tried that was one thing that we also did in the last few weeks is we've tried the moves method. It's a flexibility or mobility exercises, and you realize how unmobile you really are,
How off-centered you can be.
and how difficult it is to do some basic things.
Mm.
Like and at this stage right now, it's like, okay, my future self is trying to tell me, keep going, you can get there. But my current self is saying, man, I really don't want to get in these positions.
It does have some
So,
humorous moments, I'm
yep,
not gonna lie,
yep.
because you could sit back there and you can look. I really, I admire people that have worked at that and they really have it
Who can
down to
just
a science and can do it
and can be
so
just like our 2-year-old granddaughter who can
who's
squat,
squat in 5 seconds, and
and
she can stay in that position
it's
for
comfortable for her.
yeah, she's not saying, "Oh, my knee hurts," or "My thigh is
Or my
hurting,"
hips, yeah.
or "My hip is pulling out." She just whoop, whoop, whoop. She can go up and down, up and down, up and down, and that's great. It really,
And that's
truly
what we're
is.
trying to
That's
do. We
great.
have wedges to help us. I'm looking at them right here on the floor right now.
The wedges are funny though, but
They do help you get down lower
they can, yeah, they
until we can
definitely
get our
do.
feet flat on the floor.
That's really what we should be videotaping.
Yes.
That will end up
Is
being
it,
very humorous for a lot of people to see, but also to the point where you could see that you got 2 people in their 60s now that are not in perfect shape.
but it shows us, we're not doing it for so we can look good or whatever. We're doing it just so we can do the basics, like tie your shoe, um,
Oh,
carry groceries in from the car, um, those kind of things. That's the long term goal for these things, is to make sure we can still do those basic things.
yeah, okay.
What?
No, that's perfectly fine. I can tie my shoes.
Yeah, so
That's
can
not my
I.
big.
But I'm just saying that if I keep going the way I'm going, it may be more of a struggle.
You'll be looking for more slip-on shoes?
Yeah.
Let's get the slip-on sneakers and the slip-on shoes so we don't have to worry about tying anything.
No, it's just about the flexibility of being able to do that. I mean, I look at our neighbor who's probably 70.
You think he's that old?
Yeah, I think he's in his 70s, and I mean, he goes out and paddle boards almost daily.
He
You
swims in
even
the pool,
Yep, swims in the pool, and the pool's just barely opened. He
but it's
sails.
heated, by the way.
He rides his bike. Yeah, but it's too warm for him.
It's like
But
in the '80s, he said.
yeah, it was
Well, I
around
think that's what the ad said, that they keep the pool in the
around yeah,
'80s.
82
Yeah,
to 85,
yeah.
and it's too that's too warm for him. I mean,
Yeah.
he's out when we're having the snowstorms. I look out there,
He's
and
out there
and
paddling
I see him in his paddleboard with his
with his
wetsuit
wetsuit
on.
on. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean that says something, because you're still trying to take care of your body, and you're trying to stay in shape. I mean, he might take it to an extreme that some of us won't. Just like it's raining pretty good today, and there's still people out there jogging and running even in the
In the
rain.
rain.
And you said, what? That's so not going to be me.
That is so not gonna be me.
No.
No, no. I'm okay with, at a certain point in your life, you have to just do you wanna be a little bit better? Yes. But do you wanna be at that other extreme level? I was never at that extreme level, so I don't know what that really
Well,
would mean. So for me,
achievement's not really on your
yeah.
top of your list, nor is competition. I'm not sure where.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure
why
where.
competition, I don't know where it is.
I'll have to look and see.
Yeah, I don't know if it's way
But
down, but
but there is something to be said.
I think I'm not big on competition, mainly because I think I've always looked at it from my job perspective and what I do for a living, that if anybody wanted to do what I do, I'd step back and I'd say, "Go for it, like, try it." Because I know deep down inside there are certain things you're gonna be really good at and certain things you're not gonna be really good at, and until you attempt it, until you try it, you just don't know. So for me, competition comes into a fact where somebody wants to do something that they've never tried before, and that's not a competition for me. That's more like, "Go for it, try it." And I think sometimes I think of competition as if you were rowing or playing basketball or playing a kind of sport.
Yeah, I mean, there are things we need to do, and sometimes we can't use certain things as a reason not to do them.
Mhm,
It's like,
mhm.
I mean, we try to ride our bikes every day, but if it's raining, we're not going to ride our bike. That doesn't mean we shouldn't still go for a walk or something.
I'm
Um,
not walking in the rain.
but that's probably where I need to push myself a little bit more
Mm,
at times. I
okay.
mean, I have considered rowing, like those guys out there.
Those guys are being yelled at by a guy on a motorboat.
Right. But I
I'm
mean,
left like,
I've seen the our age group rowers, and they're not. They're out there more for the exercise. They're usually out there before these guys do, because
"Oh, 'cause these."
they were out there when I would take my boat out, and I would see them. I would see one guy who was similar to our neighbor in age, and that's what he did every day. Every day that I went out early on my boat,
Did he do it
he
by
was out
himself,
there.
though?
Yeah, he was by
By
himself.
himself?
He had a long boat, and he was out there rowing. That was his. his form of
his form of
exercise.
exercise, which I think is great, really.
Yep.
I think
Because I
it's
have to say, I mean, I'm not a gym person, and that's something I want to
we've
get a
we've
membership in
we've
the
been successful at eliminating things we don't want to do.
when
We've
it comes to exercise.
yes, we've tried the gym.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
Well, what else
And
have we tried that we didn't like?
we've done the gym, we've done yoga. Yoga's really hard to do. And
Because we haven't stuck with it long enough.
we haven't stuck with it long enough, and maybe we haven't found a space that was what we could enjoy. I mean, we need that whenever you do a class, they'll say beginners are welcomed. But the reality of it all is that you're in this classroom and there are not any beginners, and you are the beginner, and you see everybody really going at it great. And you're kind of like, yeah, if I try to keep up, I'm going to have a heart attack and I'm just
No,
not going to be successful
something.
at
I'm
it.
gonna hear something snap.
Snap.
It's not about a heart attack. It's about I can't even get to
Oops.
that position. So
So it's kind of like, I guess you get discouraged because you try to go back, but you're always this
it's a process to get to where they're at. They've been doing
right,
it for years,
right.
and I think that's the one thing we have to really realize that trying any of that kind of stuff.
It's going to take some
But for
time.
me, it's like I want to be active in a sport or something like rowing. I could see myself doing that, but I don't know if I could feel very good in that position yet.
No,
But I love playing tennis, and to me, that was the best form
best
of
exercise.
cardiovascular exercise that I can get. So that's
Right,
something I'm going to look into joining.
right, right.
What
So
about you?
um, yeah, no. I think the only class that I really enjoyed was when I did the dance class.
Okay.
Um, again, it's very hard in cardio, but there's something about the loudness of the music and the rhythm and the constant moving. I mean, it wasn't like you were doing squats or kicks or anything like that. It was a lot totally different because
But you were moving.
even you were moving, but you were learning a step. You were learning how to deal with the rhythm of it. Now, when you did it, it wasn't your best
No,
area because
that's something that you can do on your own. I mean, I'd love to be able to learn to dance and go dancing with you. I
but
really would, but I have to process too much up here for the rhythm and
for
the
the
things
rhythm
to
to go.
move.
Yes.
I just don't
Yes.
feel it.
Whereas I
You just
didn't.
go
I
for it.
I just go for it. And I enjoyed it. I did. That was probably the one class that I took a couple of
Well,
times.
good. Well, maybe I'll join a tennis class and you can join a dance class. And on that note, I think we should probably edit this.
But we won't.
So until next time, make sure that you like us, share the episode, give us a comment on what you're looking
Let
to
us
learn from
know,
us. Yeah.
let us know. I know that when we see people in person, it always surprises me when they say, "Hey, I watched that episode." I'm like, or they'll reference something and I'm like, "How did you know that?" And then they'd be like,
We realize
well,
actually
because I
there are
was
a few
what?
people
There
watching
are a few
this.
people watching.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.